Holy sweet goodness.
Folks, look at those pretzels.
Woo woo.
Holy shit balls. Oh my God. These are pillowy and soft. And then you've got the good crust on the outside from the baking. Hey there, OFT family. Today we are making the week 4 dinner challenge, which is soft pretzels. So we are going to get started I busted out the KitchenAid for this one, folks, because I need the dough hook. So we are going to add first a cup and 2 tablespoons of warm water to the bowl. Add that in there. And then we are going to add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, light or dark. I always have the light. I'm going to add that in there. And then we are going to sprinkle on a teaspoon and 1/4 of active dry yeast. So I'm going to sprinkle that on there, and we're going to let that sit for about 5 minutes. Be back in a minute. Okay, we are back. My yeast, water, and brown sugar has foamed up. So now I'm going to add 200 grams of my sourdough starter. It's about 3/4 of a cup, but I have a scale, so I measured it out to 200 grams. So we're going to add that. Get in there, Sally. 4 cups of flour into our mixer. It's fitted with a dough hook. Flour without wearing it, folks. I don't know why I wear black when I do this. I'm going to get it on myself. And we are going to start this puppy on low. And we also have 2 teaspoons of salt. I use the pink salt. Add that in there. And we are going to let this go for about just a few minutes. Let it all come together a little bit. And then we've got 4 tablespoons of melted butter. So we're going to pour that in while the mixer is running. Once it starts coming together, we're going to increase the speed to medium. And we're going to let this form into a soft, pliable ball. This will go for about 5 minutes. We are back with our pretzel dough. It has risen for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So we are going to take our dough and we are going to divide it into 8 pieces. They don't have to be perfect, just divide it into 8 pieces. So let's start down the middle first. You don't need to flour the board because this dough is not like bread dough where it's real sticky. All right, so we're gonna make 3 traditional pretzels and then the rest bites. So let me show you what you do. Take one of your pieces of dough and you're gonna roll this out to about 18 to 20 inches. I don't have a ruler, I'm just gonna guess.
I can get you one.
No, it's fine. I don't need all that. Roll it out to an even rod. Now the fun part starts. So you're gonna put it into a U shape. Do you see that? Put it in a U shape. Bring the ends together and you're gonna twist and then bring it down. Hold on. There we go. And there, my friends, you have a pretzel. Isn't it cute?
He's little.
Well, okay. It's fine. You can make them any size you want. This will be a bigger one.
That's gonna be a captain pretzel there.
Yeah, this will be a captain's pretzel. Let me move my shit over here so I got more room. This will be a big patty.
Looks like a ball game pretzel. Let's see you work your magic.
Okay. Can we see? Yeah. All right, U-shape, people. That's a Big Daddy. See it? Bring them together. Twist, twist, and down.
Now we finally got a pretzel.
They're gonna puff up too. They're gonna puff up in the water and they're gonna puff up in the oven. All right, so now we have our 3 pretzels. So what I'm gonna do with the rest of this, I'm gonna make some pretzel bites out of these. So you do the same concept is you roll it out, not as thin as before. Probably, what is that, like a foot? 14 inches, something like that. And then we're gonna take a knife and cut off bites. And you're putting this on a parchment lined baking sheet to hold them before you boil. Be back in a minute. All right, we are back. I have a pot of boiling water with 2/3 cup of baking soda. So you are going to take your pretzels one at a time and give this guy a bath for about 20 to 30 seconds. And what this does is this is how that good crust, crunchy crust on the outside of a pretzel, soft pretzel, gets developed. So as you can see, he's floating. And I'm going to take him out with my slotted spoon, put him on a parchment lined baking sheet, and then carry on with the rest, and I'll be back when I put him in the oven. All right, we are back. I have boiled in the baking soda water all of the pretzels and the bites. So next we take an egg yolk and mix it with a tablespoon of water, and we're gonna give these guys a egg wash and then sprinkle with salt. And once I have this part done, they're gonna go into a 450 degree preheated oven for 14 to 16 minutes. Be back when they're done. So I'm just, after I did my egg wash on the pretzel bites, I'm just taking some flaky salt and putting it on the top. And of course you can roll these in cinnamon sugar, garlic parmesan. I forgot parmesan at the grocery store today, or I probably would have done some of those. We are back. We are making a beer cheese for our soft pretzels. So in our pot here, I have 2 tablespoons of butter that's melting. So I have it on medium heat. Let this sucker get melted. And then we're gonna make a little bit of a roux. So to this, we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. This is gonna be so good, guys. I don't know if any of y'all made homemade pretzels or beer cheese. It's very easy to make beer cheese. Very, very easy. As long as you can get past the making of the roux, you will do just fine. Just fine. All right, so we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of flour to our melted butter. 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of flour. And we're gonna cook that for just a few minutes just to get that raw flour taste out. If you've made a roux or a gravy before, you kind of know you don't want it tasting like flour when it's all cooked together. So just let it cook into a little bit of a paste for just a minute. And to this, we are going to add 3/4 of a cup of milk. And we're gonna add that slowly so it doesn't clump up. So add a little bit of your milk. You hear that sizzle a little bit. And once you have it all incorporated, it's gonna get thick like a roux, like a gravy. Whisk, whisk, whisk. And then once this comes up to thickness, then we will add our cheeses and our other ingredients. We'll be back in just a minute. Now that the flour has incorporated into the milk, I'm gonna add 2/3 of a cup of any beer of choice. Add that beer in there. And that once that comes up to the right thickness that you're looking for, you're gonna add 2.5 cups of cheese. Starting to smell like beer cheese. So next I am going to add a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. I'm going to eyeball it. Teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. That looks about right. We are going to add a little bit of salt. Just a pinch. Pinch of salt. Fresh ground pepper. And then we're going to add a little bit of garlic powder, about a teaspoon. That looks about right. Paprika. Add a little bit of paprika. About a teaspoon of that as well. Give this a good little stir. It's starting to get thick. Now it's time to add some cheese. So you're gonna add it a little at a time. I grated my own cheese. I would highly suggest for making this type of dipping sauce to grate your own cheese because it doesn't have that film on it that the pre-shredded cheese has. So get yourself some freshly grated cheddar cheese. This is just mild cheddar cheese. And start adding. And once you add a handful, stir. And you can mix it up a little bit too. You can add Colby Jack, you could add Monterey Jack, you could add Gruyere. I mean, you can add whatever cheese you want. I'm using cheddar. All right, dip number 2 to go with our soft pretzels. I'm making a hot honey mustard dipping sauce. So we are going to start with a half a cup of mayonnaise. Any mayonnaise you like. We're at Hellman's house, so we're using half a cup of mayonnaise in your bowl. And then you are going to need a 1/4 of a cup of honey. I'm using hot honey. My favorite hot honey is from Trader Joe's, but you can find hot honey pretty much anywhere you go. You need a 1/4 of a cup of hot honey. Get you a 1/4 of a cup of honey, hot honey. You need a 1/4 of a cup of Dijon mustard. A tablespoon of lemon juice. I'm going to eyeball mine. Put it between your hands, it will catch the seeds. A bit of lemon juice. Then we need a little bit of cayenne. Just a little. A little shaky shake of cayenne. Just a little pinch of salt. And let's mix this all together. I think this is going to be really spicy. All right, I'm going to plate this up and be back and taste both these sauces. Be back in a minute. All right, first round of pretzels are done. See what they look like.
Holy sweet goodness.
Folks, look at those pretzels.
Woo-woo.
Holy shit balls. Oh my God. Look at the bottom of them. We'll do a taste test here in just a little bit with our dipping sauces, but just look. All right, we are back for our taste test of our soft pretzels with 2 different dipping sauces. Guys, look at this. I have the beer cheese right here and the hot honey mustard dipping sauce. And then I have our Big Daddy pretzel and then some pretzel bites. Again, this is the week 4 dinner challenge. This was the winner last night on the wheel. So we are gonna take a taste. Look how good these look. Do you see these little pretzel bites? Oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna try the beer cheese first. You hear the crunch? Mmm. These are so good. They're so pillowy on the inside. You know, sometimes when you have soft pretzels, they get gummy. The insides are gummy and thick. These are pillowy and soft. And then you've got the good crust on the outside from the baking soda bath. Oh, this is a winner. All right, let's try the hot honey mustard dipping sauce.
Oh yeah.
Mmm.
Good.
Delicious. This hot honey mustard dipping sauce Perfect amount of sweet from the hot honey. Perfect amount of heat from the hot honey. A little bit of cayenne. You got the Dijon mustard, give it a little twang. This is delicious. This was so easy. I mean, it takes a little time to make the pretzels, let the dough rise, but once you do that, you just gotta roll them out and form them and go on. It is so good. Thank you to who submitted this as our week 4 dinner challenge. This is more of a snack challenge, but this is delicious. You guys gotta try it. Remember, wherever you are today, you are loved, you are blessed, and you are part of our family table. Bye for now.